You're going to mix some color swatches in your sketchbook to prepare yourself for the color scheme lyric assignment. You're going to need to grab a few of your brushes and also your sketchbook. So you've got that, maybe you've labeled it, it says artistic on the back. You need your palette, which I've already started mixing in. You'll want some water. I always have two waters, a cleaner one and the dirty one. Your paint, your palette knife, and your color wheel. So you want to first decide which color scheme is going to match your sketches and ideas best. So we're going to use our color wheel for that. Oh, sorry for these adjustments. On one side, this side, you've got the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. And when you spin the wheel, you can see what the colors will look like if you add white or black to them. The other side is going to help you pick your color schemes. You guys are going to choose from analogous, triad, split complement, or complements. And so if you chose complementary colors, you would follow these two arrows, which would choose blue and orange. And if you wanted the triad, you would follow the triangle, and it's labeled triad. Here it is selecting blue, yellow, and red. If you wanted a split complement, you can look at the split complement triangle. That's the skinnier one. The way it is now, it's choosing blue, red, orange, and yellow, orange. And you can try also the tetrad or square, which is easier for me to remember. And right now that is selecting blue, green, violet, red, orange, and yellow. Or the tetrad rectangle, which right now is choosing green, violet, red, and yellow. I'm going to do a split complement because my sketches that I've created involve water and a bottle. And when we select these color schemes or color harmonies, we want the color choice to go along with the mood or the idea or the theme of the song lyrics. So since my images are all floating in water, I want to choose more water-related colors. So I wanted something with some greens and blue greens or blue violets in them. So I decided on a split complement so that I can use blue green and blue violet. If I turn the color wheel to select blue green and blue violet with the split complement, then I notice that orange is the other color that I will have. So these are going to be my dominant colors, and then the orange is just going to be an accent color. To mix those in my palette, I have two different kinds of blue greens up here. These are both blue green. Let me turn a light on. Show the colors a little bit better here. So the it still looks a little too dark, but this has a little bit more yellow in it than this one does. And this is my blue violet. I used the cool blue, cool yellow together to create the blue greens, and then I used the cool red with cool blue to mix the blue violets. On the other side, though, to mix the orange, I used the warm colors, warm red and warm yellow together. Just to get the basics, I labeled my sketchbook page split complement, and in looking at the color wheel, I selected blue, green, blue, violet, and orange, and then I painted those colors in my sketchbook in just their pure form. So these are the hues, which means they are the most pure version of those colors. But I also want to create some shades of the color and colors. Oh gosh, it's so jiggly. I'm so sorry, guys. So I added white to my palette so I can mix a few different versions of the blue greens and the blue violets so that I can create kind of an illusion of the colors getting darker the deeper they are in the water. To mix colors, remember it is always best to use a palette knife instead of your brush so the paint doesn't stay in the brush. And what I'm going to do is create a couple different piles of white here, or 3 different ones. And then always clean your palette knife off in between mixing. And then I'm going to add some of the blue greens. So that's a pretty light blue green. That's really nice. What does it look like when I add this? That's also a blue green. It's got a little bit more blue in it. But I think I'm going to go a little bit more. And then some of the blue violet I'll also add into the white. Remember, these are called tints. When you lighten a color, they are called tints. And I think those are a good mixture of some aquatic looking colors. And then the orange will be my accent color. I've already mixed up a little bit of a tint down here with the orange. And I like how that one turned out. There's just some extra red in my palette. So I'm going to add these into my sketchbook. This is the blue violets. This brush had some orange in it, so I want to make sure it's really cleaned out before I add that into the blue, because orange and blue mixed together makes brown, and I don't want brown in my sketchbook. So there's my blue green. Here it is, a little bit darker. Here it is, a little bit greener. And here it is a little bit lighter. And a little bit lighter. And then how does that look with the accent color of orange? And I'm using the one orange that I mixed up with white. My paint's already drying out a little bit. And although I like that really light orange, I think I'm going to go back to sticking to the orange that doesn't have any white in it, because I think that's going to contrast a little bit better with these colors above it. And that is really all you need for your page to show that you have mixed your color scheme. You've chosen your color scheme and mixed the color scheme colors. Now, since we don't want to keep mixing these up every day, again and again and again, remember to grab your sponge. Grab your sponge, get it wet, squeeze it out, put it inside your palette, and then snap your lid. This is not the right lid. Snap your lid shut on top and then store it away. so that your paints stay wet inside here until tomorrow when you're going to use your paint again. Take a picture of this and then post it into the color scheme planning channel.